Yo, it's been a little over 5 months that I haven't made a video, and if you know me, or if you heard about me, it's because I like to, before I say anything or do anything or experiment, I don't like doing everything too quick before the results are even official. Like everything's set in stone before I didn't even give anything a chance. So I've been on testosterone for 11 months. Today's August 17, and I started it on October 29. So I ended up changing doctors last week. I ended up going to a new endocrinologist because the guy that I was with for the past 10-11 months, man, he didn't know what he was doing, and I gave him about a year almost, and then my new endocrinologist actually told me, he's like, dude, I can't believe you actually had the patience to almost wait a whole year. But the guy I was going with, he was giving me 100 milligrams every 5 days of testosterone sip, and it worked good for the first 3 months. But then after that, I didn't feel it. I was breaking even, or if that, I was actually more tired than I was before. But I found out why, and I already knew kind of why, but I ended up telling my doctor for the past 10 months, hey man, I should be donating blood, shouldn't I? My blood is gonna get real thick from when you get testosterone. Your blood gets thick from your red blood cells, and they go up. So the more you have, the thicker your blood, and you have to donate blood at the blood bank. I told him that after the 4th month, and then he told me, nah, you don't need that. You're not doing a cycle. You're not bodybuilding. I don't want you to donate blood if you don't have to. Well, I had to. I ended up not listening to him. I went to the blood bank, and they poke you like you're a diabetic. My blood ended up coming out of my finger, and it looked kind of black. And then even the lady was like, dude, your blood is thick. I can tell already. It looks kind of black. It should be like that bright red. She puts in a little machine, kind of like a diabetes thing. And then I was at like 17%. And I think you should be like around the 14% mark. I'm not sure. I'll look at the paperwork right now. I'll post it here. But then they told me, yeah, you need to donate. Everybody that's on TRT, it doesn't matter if you're on 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams a week, or bodybuilders that do a gram or more in Deca and D-ball and Anavar, you gotta donate blood. It doesn't matter. So I ended up telling my doctor that, and I'm like, hey man, I told you something was wrong with me, man, because I felt the opposite of what I was supposed to be feeling. I felt tired and lethargic and shit, and that's the whole reason why I was on testosterone. So that was the first hint when I was like, man, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And he's like an 80-year-old endocrinologist, but whatever. That was after the 3rd month. So I went again 2 months later to donate blood, and again my blood was thick, and they told me, they're like, dude, you need to come like once a month, because even though you're only on 100 milligrams of test a week or every 5 days, your blood is thick, which is normal, because we have hundreds of people that come with TRT. So I waited, man. I'm not the kind of guy that's like gonna jump ship, and my blood work kept coming out good. In my job, I have the privilege of every year they check my blood work, and I'll post it right here again. My kidneys, my liver, I don't drink, I don't smoke, everything is good. I'm in the green. I think the only bad thing is that my good cholesterol, and that was way before testosterone. I don't eat enough almonds and shit. But so then the doctor told me, yeah man, you're good, this and that, everything's good. It's been almost a year that I've been on TRT, and my blood work is good. But when I told that doctor, I was like, hey man, shouldn't I be on an estrogen blocker? He's like, nah, you don't need that. You're not doing a cycle. Well, I do need that, because just because I'm pinning a little bit of testosterone doesn't mean all of it is turning all of it is going into as testosterone in my body. Some of it's turning into estrogen, and that's why I said the first 3 months I felt good. The other 6 months that I've been on it, man, it's I'm not really getting my morning wood like you're supposed to, like when I first was. My energy really it's like breaking even. So then I was like, whatever. And then at night I wasn't sleeping as good. I used to, for the first 3 months, I was sleeping like a rock, man. I felt rested. And then, you know, after about the third month, you know, I'd be tossing and turning again, like before I found out I needed testosterone. So I was like, man, I might end up going with the new doctor, man, get a second opinion. I ended up making an appointment with that other guy, with the new endocrinologist. And I told him, because I was originally gonna go with him in the beginning, but you know, my insurance didn't cover it with him. So then I was like, I'll go with this guy. It turns out, you know, I didn't waste my 11 months, you know, with this guy, or 10 months. I don't look at it like that. You know, I gave him a chance for 10 months. My blood work still came out good. You know, now I see how, you know, he really, you know, whatever, wasted my time maybe, but at least I'm still, I was learning how maybe I should go with another guy. I ended up going with the other guy, and I told him what happened, and he's like, what do you do for a living? Do you work at an office? Are you in the AC? Are you at a computer? And I'm like, no, man. For the past 8 years, I've worked outside. You know, it's not construction, but I'm basically, we take down trees. We go 50 feet in the air, you know, on a genie lift. Chainsaws all day, knock down palm trees. You know, I spray weeds with the backpack sprayer that holds 5 gallons of water. I mix poison with it. You know, it ends up weighing about 40 pounds, the backpack, and I spray, you know, basically all day. My phone tells me I walk between 2.5 miles to 6 miles on a real busy day. I walk 2 to 6 miles a day every day, and you know, I'm sweating. You know, we're in Florida, man. It's 103, 104 heat index, 98 temperature. So he told me, he's like, oh, okay. And what do you do after work? Do you work out? I'm like, yeah. So he asked me how often, and I told him, dude, 5 days a week, man. Not because I want to, but just because it releases my stress, and I like to, you know, I have to. So he's like, okay, so you lift weights, this and that, okay. He's like, how much does that other guy, how much did he put you on? I'm like, dude, I've been on 100 milligrams every 5 days, you know, for the past 10 months. Like, dude, that's the problem, man. He doesn't have, you know, estrogen blocker, no nothing, no donating blood. I'm like, no, man, I had to tell him to donate blood. So he's like, dude, the problem with that is most of the endocrinologists or urologists or hormone doctors, for the most part, not all of them, but it happened in my case this time. He said that they just want to give you a little bit just for you to get out of their hair, out of their office, and yeah, here, man, you don't need a lot. The first endocrinologist, the one that, you know, I've wasted my time, he never asked me what kind of job I do, what do I do for a living, this and that. This guy asked me on my first try, you know, my first visit with him. And then he told me, he's like, dude, that 100 milligrams that you're on, that would be sufficient if you worked at an office and all you did outside of work is go home, watch TV all day, and maybe you wanted to walk the dogs. But you do so much, and you want to do so much, and you're used to doing so much. 100 milligrams is, you're not even breaking even, and that's why you're not feeling it like you did in the beginning. So I told him, and then just talking to him, you know, I learned a lot, and he knows that I know, because I know more than the average guy, man. You know, about, you know, guy knowing, if you've seen all my other videos. So I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna go with you. You know, you're explaining more. You know your shit more than this other guy. So that's where I'm at now. I'm waiting for a phone call. He did all my blood work again. I took him my blood work from my job that shows him all my blood pressure, my kidneys, my liver. But he wanted to see more stuff: DHEA, vitamin D, all the hormones, and boron and all that. So that's where we're at right now, man. Right now I weigh 179, fresh in the morning, you know, butt ass naked. And I think when I first started testosterone, I was like around I don't know, man, don't quote me, I don't remember. Maybe I'll look in the other video and see. But you know, in the past 11 months, 10 months that I have been on testosterone, I feel like I got more dense. I feel, you know, I feel more fuller, but my energy is what, you know, that's how I can tell that, you know, something's off. And some people might think it's just rest, or I'm doing too much, or that I'm lying because I want more. But you know, you can tell how well, shit, it was like the first time when I was able to tell. When I ended up going over there, and they're like, yeah, man, your testosterone is at 352, like a 65-year-old. So, but that's where I'm at, guys. So, you know, I'll tell you when the results come. He'll probably be calling me like in about 2 days, and then with the new prescribing me something, a different amount or something new, and we'll take it from there.